Hello boxing fans, this is my post-fight analysis on the Derek Chisora versus Robert Helenius fight. Just got to point out there's something bad about this decision. It was just awful, I thought. Before I tell you, they ended up having the result as Robert Helenius winning a split decision. Two of the judges gave him a 2-round lead. The other judge gave Chisora a 2-round lead, so between them there was a 4-round difference. And unfortunately, I don't see it. I had Chisora winning by 2, and I was being kind. I gave Robert Helenius the rounds that were really close. I thought that Robert Helenius won the first round, possibly, but then I don't think he did anything in any of the rounds. A lot of the other rounds he didn't do that much in. There were big rounds that he won, and then there were rounds that he just didn't do anything in. And then going into the later rounds, he was gassed and he couldn't do anything at all because, well, there was no power in his punches because he was shattered. I've got to get this part out the way quickly as possible. Oh my days, what happened with that referee? Come on guys, what happened with that referee? I think this referee could have been the worst referee I've ever seen in my life. He was stopping Chisora's attacks mid-flow, and not just that, he was penalising Chisora for stuff that Helenius was doing and stuff that Chisora wasn't even doing because they weren't there. For example, I think it was in round 2 or 3, Helenius had hold of Chisora's arm on the blind side of the referee, and obviously Chisora got penalised for holding, even though it was Helenius who was holding his hand. And I think he even called it holding and hitting when it was Robert holding his hand and him hitting him. You see what I mean? It just didn't make sense to me. I don't know. This isn't going to be my full post-fight thing. All the shout-outs will be on the next one. This is just a few thoughts on what my early thoughts on this match, because it was that bad a decision. Moving on, I'm looking at the American judges. There's the American TV. It was shown, and because they like Helenius out, I think they like Chisora to an extent, and they had it wide by at least 5 points, I think, to Chisora. So in America, Chisora would have won. In England, Chisora would have won. The only place Chisora won't win is Finland. Coincidence? And the worst thing as well is I predicted this would happen just then. I was posting on my Twitter, which is below in the description if you're interested. I was looking at it and I was thinking, I can tell this is going to go the distance. I can tell that this is going to be a disputable decision, and it isn't. Obviously, Frank Warren has just been on the phone. He said that he's going to lodge an official complaint, which is the right way to go, and then they're going to try and get a rematch. But I don't see what the point of that is, because even if they get a rematch, because they can look at the referee and think, what a dick, first of all, because he was the worst referee I've seen. And then there's Helenius, who was like, I don't see how he won the rounds, because he was on the back foot, even though he was landing shots. He may have landed some of the better shots, but Chisora was landing shots as well. He was answering all the shots, and then afterwards, you could say he was the aggressor. Obviously, in points he was landing loads more shots, outlanding him with variety, outlanding him with the jab. And on the other side of that, there was Robert Helenius, who was gassed after 6 rounds. He was done after 6 rounds. Now he's in there saying he's broken his hand. Well, you're using your hand all night, mate. You'd be in agony. You didn't seem in agony. It's just one of these things you say to say, oh look, I was really shit. I underestimated him. I didn't think he was going to come in this well. I didn't think he would put this game plan on me, and I didn't think he would last as long as he did. And put my hands up. I probably lost that fight. He's not going to say that, is he? He's going to come up with some way to keep his, well, integrity intact. And to be honest, they're all saying Robert Helenius, the biggest thing in the heavyweight division, the one who's going to come and knock them all out. Is he? Fuck. So on that note, will you guys post down what you had the fight as, and then we'll see if this really was a robbery or not.